What if the world's most powerful military attempted to invade one of the most difficult countries on Earth? A nation of towering mountains, vast deserts, and a military structure built for one purpose: defense. For decades, strategists and military planners have debated a single question: could Iran ever be conquered by a conventional ground invasion? Many analysts believe the answer is simple. It would be one of the most difficult military operations in modern history. Iran is not a small country, covering more than 1.6 million square kilometers. It is nearly 4 times larger than Iraq and larger than many countries in Europe combined. Its population exceeds 85 million people, spread across vast cities, deserts, mountains, and coastal regions. But what truly defines Iran's defensive advantage is not just its size. It is the geography. Much of Iran is protected by rugged terrain that has shaped the region's history for centuries. The Zagros Mountains stretch across western Iran, forming a massive barrier between the country and neighboring Iraq. To the north, the Alborz Mountains rise dramatically above the southern coast of the Caspian Sea. These mountains create narrow passes and steep valleys that severely limit the movement of large, mechanized armies. For an invading force, terrain like this becomes a logistical nightmare. Heavy equipment struggles to move quickly. Supply lines stretch longer and become more vulnerable. And every mountain pass becomes a potential defensive stronghold. History shows that difficult terrain often favors the defender. Military campaigns from Napoleon's invasion of Russia to the long war in Afghanistan demonstrate how geography alone can defeat powerful armies. In Iran's case, this terrain is not just an obstacle. It is a strategic advantage deeply embedded in the country's defense planning. Geography is only the first challenge. Iran also maintains one of the largest military forces in the Middle East. Its armed forces include the regular army, air force, and navy, together forming a large standing military structure. Alongside these forces operates the powerful Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps, often referred to simply as the IRGC. The IRGC was created after the Iranian Revolution of 1979 and plays a central role in Iran's national defense. It oversees strategic missile systems, elite military units, and naval forces designed specifically for asymmetric warfare. But Iran's defense structure goes far beyond its professional military. The country has developed a vast network of militia forces capable of mobilizing during wartime. Among the most well-known is the Basic Resistance Force, a volunteer paramilitary organization that operates across cities and towns throughout the country. These forces are trained to support military operations, defend infrastructure, and resist occupying forces if necessary. In the event of invasion, such networks could transform the battlefield into a prolonged and decentralized conflict. Iran is also home to several massive urban centers. Cities like Tehran, Isfahan, and Mashhad contain millions of residents and vast urban infrastructure. Urban warfare is among the most difficult forms of combat. Buildings provide cover. Narrow streets limit vehicle movement, and defending forces can blend into dense populations. Military experts warn that fighting in cities of this scale could dramatically increase the complexity and cost of any invasion. Iran's military strategy is built around what analysts call asymmetric warfare. Rather than matching larger militaries weapon for weapon, Iran focuses on strategies that exploit geography, local forces, and unconventional tactics. These include missile systems, naval mine deployments, fast attack boats, and small submarines designed to operate in confined waters. Much of this strategy is centered around protecting critical waterways, such as the Strait of Hormuz, one of the most important shipping routes in the world. One of the most common comparisons in modern military discussions is the U.S.-led invasion of Iraq in 2003. That campaign relied on rapid armored advances across relatively open terrain. But analysts frequently emphasize that Iran presents a completely different strategic environment. The country is larger, its terrain is more complex, and its defensive structures are deeply integrated into the geography and population. Simply put, the strategies used in Iraq would not translate easily to Iran. Because of these factors, many military planners consider a full-scale ground invasion of Iran highly risky and impractical. Instead, geopolitical tensions surrounding Iran typically involve other forms of pressure: economic sanctions, naval confrontations, cyber operations, and diplomatic negotiations. These tools reflect a broader strategic calculation that a direct ground war would carry enormous costs and unpredictable consequences. In the complex landscape of global geopolitics, geography, strategy, and national defense structures can shape the outcome of conflicts long before they begin. Iran's mountains, cities, and military networks together create a formidable defensive barrier, one that continues to shape military planning and political debate around the world. And for now, the question of invasion remains largely theoretical.